Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about a Jaylen Brown build. And you guys have seen from the thumbnail, at least in the title and everything, that this is a two-way wing creator. However, I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the board hunting bucket getter, the AK-47 thumbnail that you guys have probably seen on the channel. If you guys have not checked that one out, check that out, because I explain what is happening in that video, and kind of like the idea and the concept of using the build and then using cap breakers to get the name change that we want, in, you know, which hence is the board hunting bucket getter. But we don't get the board hunting bucket getter build name right away. We got to reach a couple of thresholds, but we're able to make the build a little bit better by utilizing cap breakers in that way. And I will also be uploading a video here soon talking about cap breakers, going more in depth for the people that don't understand, or, you know, kind of like need ideas of how to better utilize cap breakers, so on and so forth, you know, whenever you are making builds. So if you guys are interested in that, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and, you know, be sure you have your noties turned on so you guys don't miss out on those videos when they drop. We got a handful of builds coming up, man. If you guys have not seen, I did like a little pilot, kind of like a tester video on the bracket for the shooting guards and stuff like that. I decided not to do it because the shooting guard bracket was just too long, so I just decided just to do all the brackets that I have as of right now, you know, as like pilots, and like, or at least like the pilot bracket that I did there, just to get an idea and how it feels and everything, get like a little bit of feedback from everybody that's in my friend group, see what they think, see what I can change up. And obviously I'm going to take that into consideration for when I do the next bracket, which will be for centers, because I think centers would be kind of cool to do a bracket for, and see who is going to be the better dominant big. So yeah, that's going to be like a lot of fun doing the center bracket on the channel for you guys. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned for that, because I will be doing an actual bracket here soon. I just wanted to get like an idea. I'll probably just not privatize the video, but unlist it, and then just make like the new center bracket be the actual first season of the bracket battles. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below if you guys are interested in seeing that. But anyway, let's talk about this build. We've been rambling too much. Let's talk about this build, man. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to sit there and be like, oh, why is this build at 195 pounds? There's a specific reason that we are at 195 pounds. And I know like the doing like the face creation, the face scans and all that stuff, and, you know, making sure that the body type and everything is you know, pretty accurate, is going to be damn near impossible. It's literally like insane that they just don't allow us to get like all of the body types, you know, no matter what, because that would be pretty nice to have like whatever body type that we wanted, because you were able to do that before, where you could just have like whichever body type you wanted, and you just did that without selecting the weight or anything like that. That was like before you selected the weight, if I remember. But you were just able to select whichever body type you wanted, and it would be cool. But obviously we have, you know, 195 pounds instead of like a 218, 220 that they have on the, like, you know, in real life, and, you know, the template, and, you know, the roster and all that stuff. So yeah, so 6'6", 195, 7 foot. The only difference is the weight being 195, and 195 is for speed with ball being an 86. That's the only reason why we have it, so we can get goal lightning launch. We'll talk more about that in a second, because we're going to go through from top to bottom, talk about the stats and the badges, and give an explanation for why the stats are like that. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about it. We got a 75 close shot, 85 driving layup, 91 driving dunk, 41 standing dunk, and a 70 post control. Now, the 75 close shot is exactly how it is for a reason. It's just because everything else is upgraded, so that's literally the only reason. But we do have hook specialist on silver because of it, and paint prodigy on bronze as well. We have float game, but that's just because of driving layup. Driving layup being an 85 means that we do get layup mixmaster on silver as well as float game. And then we also have physical finisher on bronze. Could be able to get on silver, but we don't have the strength for it unless you want to use some cap breakers, which I plan on using cap breakers on that. We'll talk more about cap breakers here in a second, though. And then we also have Aerial Wizard on Hall of Fame, which is also due to us having a really high driving dunk and good vertical as well. So pretty much the other stats just keeping this really, really high. And speaking of the driving dunk being really high, we do have a 91 driving dunk. And I know people are going to be like, why the fuck do you have a 91 driving dunk? Just go for like a 93. Well, if I go to a 93, then, you know, that's going to take away attributes from everywhere else. So I kind of just want to keep everything that I have right now everywhere and be able to use cap breakers, just utilizing the cap breakers on driving dunk, at least 2 cap breakers on driving dunk to get to the 93, which will be pretty cool. And then in that case, we'll get to gold posterizer. If we use the max +1, then we can get Hall of Fame posterizer. That'd be pretty cool. That's pretty much the main reason why we have it at a 91, because A, he can drive, he can dunk the ball. He's pretty good at doing that. So we give him a 91, use 2 cap breakers to get to a 93 to get that poster on gold. And then, you know, we can get even more dunks. Pretty cool. And then we also have Aerial Wizard on Hall of Fame. You can use the max +1 and get that on Legend if you wanted to. Pretty cool stuff there. Standing dunk being a 41. It's only upgraded to a 41 because of our driving dunk being upgraded. So there's that. The post control being a 70. We have a 70 because that gives us our post fade phenom on silver, which is pretty cool. But not only that, but we do have the hook specialist badge on silver as well as post up poet on silver because of it. We do have our unpluckable on silver as well, but that's just mostly due to us having our 86 plus ball handling. So that's pretty good. But yeah, it's a lot of cool things here. Just making sure that we can utilize at least a little bit of the post up game. Nothing too crazy. With the 70, we're able to have post fade phenom on silver. So we're not going to be completely useless. And we have, you know, post up put on bronze. So if we cannot get around like a smaller guard, or if we're just not able to get around like a guard or something like that, especially like on the back down, then we can just utilize our post fade phenom, utilize that because that's going to be on silver, so it's pretty solid, and then be able just to splash some post fades, and hopefully we can take advantage of that if we need to. Obviously, I know a lot of people don't really like to do that. They just like to just catch and shoot regardless, and or drive, or, you know, shoot the fade, or just like a regular like dribble pull up moving shot in the mid range. They don't really like to do the post up game. Or for the people that like the simulation style, that like to take a little bit of advantage in the post, having a 70 post control at least is still pretty solid. So then, you know, like I said, if you have to use the post fade, you're going to be a little bit more effective with the silver badge there. And now with shooting, we do have an 87 mid range, an 83 point rating, and a 78 free throw. Free throws, whatever, we're not going to talk about it. But the 87 mid range is because, you know, we do get shifty shooter on silver from it. But not only that, but we do have the Deadeye badge on silver. We have set shot specialist on silver as well. We just need 2 cap breakers to get that on gold. So if I have leftover cap breakers, and I'll use it on there, because why not? And then shifty shooter on silver is already mentioned. Post fade phenom that I've already mentioned. So there's that. Those are the badges. We do not get many marksmen. And then we can also use 3 cap breakers as well. So if you are counting the amount of cap breakers here, we have 2 cap breakers on the posterizer, 2 cap breakers on mid range, 3 cap breakers on 3-point shot, you know, which is going to give you a total of 7 cap breakers total that you can use there. And then also we'll talk about perimeter defense here in a minute. But I also plan on, or have already actually at the time of recording this, used cap breakers on perimeter defense, just so I can also test out this theory to make sure that what I'm telling you guys here is actually correct. So it is true. It is correct. So we'll talk about that more in a minute when we get to it. But yeah, limitless range we don't have, but I plan on using 3 cap breakers on it. So that's pretty cool. And then the 78 free throw is 78 free throw. Playmaking, though, we do have a 75 pass accuracy, nothing too crazy, though. Have an 86 ball handling and an 86 speed up ball, which we already mentioned is for lightning launch. We're going to be able to dribble pretty well. We're going to be able to, you know, drive a little bit more easily with lightning launch on gold compared to silver if we were to do like the 218, 220 pounds. So there's that. getting that lightning launch on gold is definitely huge. You can use the max +1 on this as well, just to get this on Hall of Fame instead of using the posterizer badge. So that's an option that you can do, make it even more effective on the drives. It's pretty insane. But the pass accuracy, though, we're not going to be too crazy on the pass accuracy. Yes, we can still pass the ball with a 75 with us having silver break starter and silver dimer. But at the same time, we are pretty much looking at us being the main scorers, the main options for scoring, with us having an 80+ three-pointer, an 87+ mid-range. We have a 91+ driving dunk, gonna be a 93 is what we plan on having. We have an 85 driving layup. I mean, we have the 86 ball handling, so we're gonna be able to be a shot creator for us as well, being able to try to create like all of our shots pretty much. So there's that. We're not looking to be a passer. We're pretty much looking to be the #1 option on the team for scoring. Obviously, we're Jaylen Brown, so in this case, the #2 option if you want to be realistic. But you're still going to be able to play very, very well with this build. Whether you are, the main scoring option on a team or you're just playing this as like a secondary ball handler, you're going to be able to play this build really, really well. Because the 86 ball handling, though, does give you silver ankle assassin, handles for days, strong handle with what we have on strength, and also unpluckable on silver. Pretty good stuff there. And I already mentioned the lightning launch, so we're going to move on to defense. Defense, we have a 60 interior, 85 perimeter, 60 steal, 42 block, 42 offensive rebound, and a 60 defensive rebound. Now, why is the stats like this? Well, the 60 interior is just so we have like an interior or whatever. It's nothing too crazy. But the 85 perimeter defense, though, is specific for on-ball menace, because 85 is what you need for silver on-ball menace. So we have that breakpoint there. And then we also have challenger and pick dodger both on silver as well. But then as you can see here, we do have off-ball pest on gold. But you see that it says that in order to get it on Hall of Fame, you need an 87 perimeter. So what we plan on doing is using 2 cap breakers to get off-ball pest on Hall of Fame. Why are we going to do that? Well, first of all, the main reason why we are going to be utilizing that in particular is because with just the 85 perimeter defense, we get a wing creator. We don't get a two-way wing creator or anything like that. We get a wing creator with this build, and I'll show you guys that here in a minute as well. But if you have over an 85 and you go to the 87 mark and get that off-ball pest on Hall of Fame, then you become a two-way wing creator, which I feel like is just a way better name than just a regular wing creator, because you had the two-way in it. They know that you're a threat on the perimeter defense. So I just decided to just take it down to an 85 instead, and utilize those couple of attributes elsewhere. As you are able to see, I have some pretty good stats all around. So take those perimeter defensive stats down a little bit, just by 2 points, just so I can also keep on-ball menace on silver. Utilize the 2 cap breakers afterwards. Get to change the build name, because that is a thing. You get to change build names by hitting certain breakpoints with the cap breakers. So you're able to change build names. I'll talk more on that in the cap breaker video. And yeah, so we're just able to get off-ball pest on Hall of Fame as well with the cap breakers. So yeah, we're able to reach other thresholds for other stats, including the post control. That's mainly what I use those extra points on, is the post control, to get that to a 70 instead of like a 67 or whatever I had it set to before. So pretty good stuff there. And then we're also able to get to a 65 strength as well. We're just able to utilize stats everywhere on this build. So yeah, so 85 perimeter defense, a 60 steal for the interceptor badge on bronze at least, so we can get into those lanes. 42 block, we're not going to get anything going with the block rating there. Same with the offensive rebound, but the 60 defensive rebound is what gives us rebound chaser. And for our physicals, we do have an 81 speed, 80 agility, 65 strength, and an 80 vertical. Now, if you guys are super high up there on the rep and you have like all the cap breakers unlocked and you gotten to level 40 every season so far, so you have like those 3 extra cap breakers to utilize, you can just use some more on strength just to get slippery off ball on gold. You can use 4 of them on there just so you can get it on gold. That would be pretty solid. It's whatever, unless you want to take the agility down, but I'd rather have the agility at an 80 plus because I feel like that's just a really, really good threshold to have, especially if you are trying to be a decent perimeter defender at least. Just so, you know, because it says without the ball affects how fast a player can accelerate, move in short burst, and move laterally. So if you have like a higher agility, you're going to be able to move laterally, more effectively and quicker. Just so you can keep in front of your player that you're guarding. So that's pretty good there. And then also agility is really, really good for those speed bursts out of the corner, for backdoor cuts, whatever the case may be. So there you have it. And then the 80 agility also does give us shifty shooter on silver, pick dodger, and all ball menace. So there's that. The 65 strength, as I mentioned before, with the strong handle being on silver. We do also have physical finisher on bronze as well, but you can use another 2 cap breakers on it to get physical finisher on silver. A lot of cap breaker opportunities, man. So like this is definitely a build that can last until the end of the game. Or yeah, like literally last until the end of the game cycle because of how many cap breaker opportunities there are. So even, even after you get all plus 15 cap breakers, like you have, like for an example, like if you have all 15 cap breakers, then you have like, the 2 cap breakers here that you can use for physical finisher. Then you have the 4 cap breakers on speed that you can use. Then you have the 2 cap breakers on perimeter defense. You have the 3 cap breakers on 3-pointer, the 2 cap breakers on mid-range. You have the 2 cap breakers on driving dunk. And then you have like other cap breaker opportunities, like using 3 cap breakers on pass accuracy to get versatile visionary. You just have like a lot of cap breaker opportunities. And then even after that, you can use cap breakers on vertical to get a higher vertical. You can use cap breakers, on agility if you wanted to get a higher agility. Yeah, man, maybe, just maybe you want to utilize perimeter defense a little bit more, and then you just use all 5 cap breakers on it just to hit like a 90 for some reason if you want to, because you have leftovers. Or maybe, just maybe, hear me out, you want to utilize cap breakers and use 4 cap breakers on ball handling to get the handles for days on gold. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe, just maybe. I don't know what you guys want to do, but that's an option. Or perhaps, even though it doesn't really seem like you get anything for it, you can use cap breakers on post control. Who knows? Or maybe free throw. I'm not here to judge. But just to show you guys that this does indeed get the Jaylen Brown shades of, just so you know I wasn't trolling in the thumbnail or anything like that. Jaylen Brown, Latrell, and Timmy. Yes, indeed, not Timmy Butler there. We got a wing creator, but as I mentioned before, it's a 2-way wing creator if you have the 87 perimeter defense, and I'm actually going to show you that right now. Junkyard guard. Stay tuned for that. That's a little teaser there. But just to show you guys that it is indeed a 2-way wing creator here. We also have the Rudy Gay build that's coming up as well, so stay tuned to that. We got a balanced wing for Rudy Gay. But the 2-way wing creator, because I have the 87 perimeter defense on there. As you can see, it's a 62 overall because I did increase, like the only stat that I touched on this build was the perimeter defense, maxed it out, used the 2 cap breakers just for the sake of testing it out and seeing if I can actually get the 2-way wing creator build name that way. Same with the board hunting bucket getter, and it does indeed work. But let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. And yeah, cap breaker video will be coming up soon. And the builds that we will be utilizing for that video is Embiid and also AK-47 as well is another person that I mainly used with the idea of cap breakers in mind as well. Nobody else I really used with cap breakers in mind besides like, all my newer builds like Jason Kidd, MJ. But I can also show you guys Paul George as well when it comes to the cap breaker video. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Hope that you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.